And feeling like construction could be so much more. You know, I felt like I believed in the brand construction more than the company that I worked for. Hi everyone, hi everyone, hi everyone, and welcome to the Construct. Welcome to yet another episode. This channel is mainly about just dissecting the construction market, figuring out what we're doing next, finding out how we're going to navigate it, finding new ways of trying to penetrate it, and all doing it all in the name of just being transparent, you know, like a transparent construction, which is something that we don't know right now. So today we're doing something very. Today's a Sunday, right? And I decided, you know what? No, I posted a questionnaire or something on Instagram. Those are so weird for me because, you know, like it's weird like posting, oh no, ask me a question, because then you're just like, hi bro, who wants to know you? You know, it's just like, hey, what's why bro? But then I was like, you know what? Like I don't want to sit here and talk about things that only matter to me. And your questions really showed me that we don't really know each other, or more than anything, you guys don't know me. I think when I started the channel, I think a year ago, I just kind of just got into what we were doing, and you know, I got into the bus and we left, and you guys didn't kind of get to know me, but got a lot of questions, a lot of construction questions, but I also got a lot of get to know me, you know, and that's just really weird. What do you want to know about me? I'm just a girl that likes construction, and I like to record myself, and I like to talk to myself once in a while, and it's really nice because I get to help people and we speak, and I get to meet new people, and I think about construction in a different way, and it's nice because then I've realized through this platform that I'm not alone, which is really nice. So that's just me. But okay, let me start with the questions, and hopefully my responses are interesting. I don't know how you do this, but let's do it. So I'm looking at my phone here, and so the first one is, how was it starting a YouTube channel? I want to start one, but I'm scared no one will watch. Oh, we all feel like that. I remember I started my channel. A year ago, and before, like I actually posted like the first video. It had been something that was on my mind for a while, and it was weird because, like, at least, you know, not at least, but some people want to go into beauty, and beauty is really hot right now when it comes to just digital platforms, especially YouTube, and the viewership, you know, and you don't want to come to YouTube and suck. But I knew that, you know, like, I'm going into construction, it's like a niche industry, so it's not like people are going to go and watch a construction video, you know, just to pass time. So, but I did it anyway. Like, I did it anyway because I was like, you know what? If I'm helping at least one person out of every video, I'm helping one person, that is enough, because then, you know, like, my work is not in vain. My best friend and I were like, okay, cool. At least if you get 100 views, you know, on your first one, then you don't suck. So we literally, the first video that I put out, we waited until 100 views. We're like, oh, okay. When you got 100 views, we're like, okay, cool. I don't suck. Let me carry on with this thing. And then after that, after that first video, as I progressed and started doing videos, I realized, you know what, actually, like, it's not about, one, I'm a marketer, so I understand when it comes to viewership and all of that jazz when it comes to just digital media. But then the one thing that I stuck to was the fact that I understand what type of channel this is. You know, I understand that it's a construction channel. I understand that, you know, I'm not going to get to 30,000 views. Like, I understand, you know, I understand my industry. I understand how it works, and understand that, you know, it's a work in progress. And by the time that people understand that we can use such channels within my industry, to kind of communicate a better message. I remember the first time I saw Mahlali, I was like, okay, like, this girl's drawing her eyebrows on camera, in her bedroom, you know, and I was like, wow, she's got a lot of time. But then, you know, it's because of people like that, and constantly, you know, her not thinking that she's crazy, or she likes things, or it's just a trend or anything like that. And now it's actually become like an income. You know, people are actually doing it now a lot. So what's my advice on that? Do it. Don't worry about how many people are going to view it. It's not about that. If it's something of value, and if it's something that you really believe in, and it's something that you really love, it's going to catch on. I know I saw it was like a reel or an Instagram post by Gary V. And he was just like, at some point he was making videos about wine, and there were certain times where he didn't get views or whatever, or like his views were really low or whatever. But he was like, don't concentrate on the views, because if you're going into platforms and thinking that views are going to be everything at that particular moment, then you're not really passionate about what you're doing, and it's not going to work anyway. You know, you're just jumping on a trend. You know, if you're passionate about something, if 5 people are viewing it and they really love it, and you are really giving something of value, it's bound to work at some time. You know, people people in our industry are going to catch on, and by that time you would have already, gotten your groove in this, and you would have already, kind of figured out what type of market you want to go into. So I say go for it, bruh. Like, go for it, balls to the walls. What advice would you give to a graduate civil engineer who's job hunting? I would say study the industry. I think a lot of graduates are coming out of school, and you've got access to so much data, and you've got access to so much information, but you're not really studying it. Like, from a point of, like, I know that within the industry, like within just walking the walk is different. I always say that, but I also say be equipped with enough information. I think if you are going into spaces where you are job hunting, and you are going into spaces where you want to be seen as different, you need to study the industry, study the company that you are going into, and offer value. We were talking about this in my last episode, and he was like, he always advises his students to use the data to study the company. Find what is valuable to you, like what are they lacking, so you can bridge the gap. When you go into an interview now, when you go into an interview, don't view the interview as, oh, now I'm coming to ask for a job. And companies are looking for people that are gonna create solutions, but you can't really create a solution for something that you don't know. So what are they really wanting the QS engineer technician for? Figure out what are they wanting that technician, draftsman, engineer, QS, junior QS for, so you can kind of communicate your value within that interview. So I think that is definitely what I would advise, just based on my knowledge of the industry, and just, like market research. But also understanding how corporates work. Corporates are very selfish. The one thing that you need to understand is corporate is very selfish. It's all about the bottom line. Yes, you'll find people that are going to want to grow you in between and all of that. But at the end of the day, all they're doing by employing you is solving a problem. So know which problem they are trying to solve, and communicate your value when you do communicate with them. I think that's what I would say. So we move. Hi, Connie, please don't mention my name. I'm from Tutu University, and I'm really struggling right now. I don't really see myself in the position of digital media because my background is so rough. Yo, okay. Okay. This question really kind of hits a nerve. I don't come from the best of backgrounds as well. Like, I grew up, my mom passed away when I was 6, and I grew up with my siblings. And in my grade 11 year, I had to move in with my dad, who wasn't really in a comfortable financial space. So we lived in an informal settlement. So do you understand having to move from, like being brought up when you were younger, your mom was all right. You live with your siblings, which was okay. and then suddenly having to move to an informal settlement. Like there's a certain, like this, that wakes you up as a person. And I think, in as much as it was really rough, because I think I went through that grade 11, grade 12, and it was that huge change, really affected the way that I viewed myself, the way that who I wanted to be. Because now, like sometimes you become a product of your environment. And in as much as it wasn't, like, I'm not going to say it was traumatic, and also I think it also speaks to the type of person that I am. Like, I'm not the type of person that is going to succumb to an environment. And that's why I feel like I've always been rebellious. Not rebellious, but I've always been very vocal about how I felt about situations. And I don't really succumb to situations that make me feel uncomfortable, because I have been through a lot of uncomfortable situations that I have fought through, and I don't want to be there anymore. But growing up there, like it's crazy, like waking up, and it's a different type of ball game. Like, from yabo mfethu, if ungayazi sunlight kuthayela, you don't know struggle, my boy. You don't know struggle. And I always jokingly tell Usize this, and we talk about these stories. And he's like, yo, dude, like, yo, I was not sure when. I'm like, it wasn't, but I was so happy. I think that was the one time in my life, like in my entire teenage life, or just life, where I felt like I was happy. I was with my dad. He later passed on like a couple of years after. But I was with my dad and I was happy. So going back to, but also in all of that, I didn't let my environment dictate who I was going to be, or what I was going to do, or I didn't succumb to it. And it's very hard. Like, people that are in certain environments, like people that are not in like certain places or certain environments, they are very quick to tell you, oh no, don't become your environment. But it's difficult to not become something that you're part of 24 hours a day. Not 24 hours, but I mean, like a lot of the time, like, it becomes you. So what I always say, and I think what got me through was, like, expose yourself to things that things that you don't know, so you can have different type of dreams, and a different type of mindset to just where you are. The nice thing about growing up right now is that we're in a digital era. Like, the reason why a lot of people are very daunted by Instagram and all of that jazz is because it shows you things that people are actually doing. Like, it's just like, well, now in the lento live manje, while mina ngichilela, but you can use that from a point of, oh my god, I suck, to a point of, oh my god, like, this could be a reality, and work towards it. Like, so expose yourself. It's crappy. I'm not gonna lie. It's crappy, and you are always going to be different. But use your difference and be educated about your difference, and be educated about where you're trying to go. Because I think that, and wanting that, I always wanted better and wanted a change, really got me through those crappy times where I had to go to school with mud on my shoes because I was going up a hill. You daga. Yo! I don't think I've ever spoken about this. This is crazy. And that's why, dude, like, situations don't faze me. Like, when there are very little situations that I'm like, oh, I'm so panicked, I want to die. Like, like, it's because it's like, yo, if you don't know drop, you don't know fuck all. But we live and we're here because we're a product of those environments, and we are pushed by a different type of fuel, and we know something different. And when you know something different, it puts you at a place of advantage. So if you look at it like that, then it will always be in your favor. So I think that's what I would say. Okay, so the next question. I see that you're a really cool entrepreneur in the construction environment. How did you get to it? Hey, am I there? Oh, I am not there. I am not there. Okay, there's a second part. And what advice would you give for entrepreneurs? I think I'll speak from my journey. From an entrepreneurial point of view, oh my God, it sucks. It sucks so much. But it's absolutely rewarding. There is nothing in my whole career from the time that I started with just the time that I was a call center agent to now. There was never a point. I always kind of felt like you know what I mean? I felt like I was misunderstood, but I always felt like, like I was good at things, but they never, they never brought me any joy, and now it's a different ball game. Like, it sucks because, you know, like now I'm at a point where I'm constantly giving because like my company is fairly new. So I'm constantly giving. I'm constantly trying to improve, and I'm not really taking anything back. So whatever I make, I put back into my business because I understand where I'm trying to go. Like, if I was just trying to transact right now, it would be different, But I'm trying to build a brand here. Like, it's different. Like, people who start companies and people who are trying to build brands are two different type of people. Like, I'm creating something that's long lasting, something that is you can when you hear my company, you know exactly what it stands for. So yeah, it's that is hard because you have to go inside yourself and self counsel, and it's very hard financially. Oh, financially uzonya, but the reward, where my man, and anybody that's an entrepreneur and will tell you, besides the points where you get, there's really nice invoices, but the reward in you doing something that you love and you get paid for it, I could outlast you a whole year's salary, my boy. But you then feel when you don't get the salary. But it's rewarding. But also, let me be realistic. Like, that's just the fuzzy feelings. It's so rewarding. It's so nice. I love it so much. And then you realize, oh, Bonfits, what about your bills? For me, I feel like I'm so blessed because, like, I've got my partner, and he's got me. Like, he's properly got me. And we had planned going into this, but there are certain things that we didn't plan for, starting my company and navigating and all of that. So him being able to support me has been very, if I'm not even gonna lie, very pivotal in the way that I move and all of that, just as a support structure emotionally, because like when you're an entrepreneur, like most of the days I am heartful, like it's crazy. But having someone that's always gonna bring you back. Sometimes they don't understand because you're like, please, you got a salary on the 24th. Me, I have to be struggling here. But like, he tries to understand. But and I'm working, and I'm doing it at a pace and at a time that I'm doing it at, and because I love it so much. It would be so much easier if I just wanted to start a company and tender and then be great. Like, that's not what I want to do. I want to change the way that people see the industry. I want to create a different voice. I want to let more people into the industry that are actually educated about it. So I want people to be stakeholders of this industry, and those that aren't educated, I want to do that for them. So like, all of that takes so many different like stages of my time or facets of my time, and I'm allowed to do that because my partner's so supportive. So I don't want to take that for granted. But also, I always say, like, going into it, don't be realistic about your living situation. Let's start there, because I'm not going to tell you go follow your dreams and then now you're hungry, but be realistic of your living situations. But at the same time, if it calls you that much, you can always make a plan, bruh. Mina, this is what I always tell people. You can always, yabo mfethu, iplan ihlezi ikhanda. Iplani ihlezi ikhanda. Yabo, if wena uyifuna leyo mpahla, iplani izohlezi ikhanda. So I believe in that. What I don't believe in, which is something that a lot of entrepreneurs do, is using people to get where you need to be. You know, like that. I don't believe in that. Like, a plan is what we can't have, but not at the expense of somebody. You know, like that's just like, as a human being, like I can't respect you for that. And that's not wanting to move to a dream, because in order for you, like, once God has placed that idea in your heart and you know that you need to do it, he will make a way, and he'll never make a way where you have to use somebody or scam somebody in order for you to be the biggest thing. You know, like, that's something that I don't believe in. But I definitely believe in that. Do what you believe is best, you know, and try to create an environment around yourself of people that support it, you know. So I'm going to leave it there. My name is Upilile Pemba. Thank you for coming on to my little Q&A / let's talk about construction / what you're going to do in 2023. Also, I've started planning for 2023. Like, it's you can't be planning now, you know, like, there are so many things that I've already put in motion for 2023. So let's start. If you haven't, let's start doing it now. 2023 is going to be great. I'm telling you now. You know, like, there are going to be a lot of challenges, but we are ready. We are ready. For all of those challenges, we are ready, because at the end of the day, this is my quote: rock bottom is the solid foundation of which I built my life on. You know, that's J.K. Rowling. But that is it. You know, when you're starting from rock bottom, solid foundation, my boy, solid foundation. All you can do is get better from there. So we are moving, we are conscious, you know, we are conscious in what we're doing, and we are alive, and we are great. Thank you for coming on to another episode. For those that have subscribed, thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for, you know, like, listening to me and what I believe in. Thank you for coming on to yet another episode. And if you're not subscribed, don't do that. Also, guys, let's talk about this thing about subscribing. Like, I'm not here to speak about things, you know, like, I'm not saying it's for free. It is for free, so just subscribe. Like subscribe. Let's push it. You know, it's not a matter of, no, we're getting subscribers, but it's you saying, I like this. Someone else might. Let me subscribe so it can go further. That's basically what you're saying. So thank you for coming on to another episode. My name is Upilile Pemba, and I will see you next time.